Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Maybe we can start our webinar today with Al-Fatiha. Okay, so Alhamdulillah, thank you so much to KICT for Madam Zenita and also Sister Najwa for initiating this webinar, for organizing this webinar together with together with Cyber Sejahtera Flagship 2.0. So my name is Dr. Nurul Nuha. I'm the leader for Cyber Sejahtera Flagship 2.0 at KICT. So inshallah, we are going to share with you about document security and physical security so that inshallah we can together safeguard IIUM's data and information, documents, and at the same time, we are ready to minimize whatever threats that might happen to IIUM's organizational information, inshallah. Right, so just for your information, this webinar is actually the 7th webinar organized by Cyber Sejahtera Flagship, which is the 3rd webinar tailored for IIUM staff. Before this, we did some webinars for students, IIUM students, and then also for schools in Selangor and also in Malacca. At the same time, we are also giving advocacy to employees in government agencies as well as private sector. Okay, so today, inshallah, I will talk to you about information security, the do's and don'ts, looking into the threats and controls of information security, and a little bit of document security and what to do and not to do. So inshallah, after my talk, I will invite our guest speaker, ASP PB Tuan Shahrul, which is the Acting Director of OSSEM, or Office of Security Management, to deliver his talk on physical security and document security. Right, so without further ado, okay, so inshallah, this is what I'm going to present today. So basically, I will go a bit or give a brief information about Cyber Sejahtera and what we do in IIUM. And then I will go through the threats and controls with regards to information security and document security. We will look a bit at the policies in the Malaysian government and also the policies in IIUM. So inshallah, maybe we are already aware of it, or maybe we are not aware, but if you are aware, it's a good opportunity to recap and to refresh our knowledge about the do's and don'ts in IIUM. So, and at the end, inshallah, we'll share with you some of the security best practices for any employees or any staff should do, okay? Right, so just a little bit about Cyber Sejahtera. So we are actually a team of academics, administrative staff, and also students. And we also collaborate with public and private sector agencies in order to advocate the importance of cyber literacy, cyber ethics, cyber safety, cyber security, in order to make the cyberspace a better place. So these are our members, members coming from KICT, from ICOL, from engineering, KNMS, KRKHS, and also from ITD. And inshallah, the number is growing. We have information from from new staff, especially who would like to join our Cyber Sejahtera Flagship, alhamdulillah. Okay, so what we have done so far is that we have given awareness campaigns, not just on cybersecurity, but also on cyber ethics and cyber safety, and also cyber parenting and privacy. Okay, so our audience are not just primary school students and secondary school students, but we also give advocacy and campaigns to parents, teachers, employees, and also senior citizens. So in the past, we have had our team members who went to the mosque, the masjid, and to interact with the senior citizens there. One of the masjid in Gombak. And in terms of our promotion, yeah, to promote, not just to promote cybersecurity, but also to promote a career path in cybersecurity. Okay, so we would like to give like awareness, information about the existence of cybersecurity profession, yeah, to secondary school students, especially those who are about to take their SPM, yeah, and also to university students, yeah, either from IT or engineering or other related disciplines, so that they have the ambition, perhaps, yeah, to delve into cybersecurity as their career, inshallah, because the world and Malaysia especially is having a talent gap, yeah, talent gap in cybersecurity. We need actually by 2020 more than 10,000 cybersecurity professionals. By 2025, we need about 20,000, right? 20,000 cybersecurity professionals as informed by MDEC. So inshallah, this is a part of our initiative lah, yeah, to reduce the talent gap in cybersecurity by, you know, giving awareness to the youngsters today so that they can become the cyber security professional in the future, inshallah. And we also hope to give cyber literacy, yeah, to empower online teaching and learning for teachers, students, as well as parents. Yeah. So these are some of the pictures taken, of course, before the MCO, yeah, where we took our students and our staff, yeah, to one of the schools in Selangor. So the students all had so much fun, and of course they are very tired lah. Yeah, we did like explore ways, a lot of games, yeah, in the classes, talks, exhibitions, and so on and so forth. Yeah, in fact, we have been invited 3 times to this school, but one time we had to decline because at the time our students in semester break, kan? So inshallah, I think for now we have gone to a lot of schools already. This year alone, despite MCO, we did webinars kan for schools kan. Recently Sekolah Menengah Teknik Melaka, Sekolah Menengah Islam Tahfiz, Mahat Tahfiz Jeram. Last year or previous years we went to Sungai Pusu, yeah. So inshallah we hope to go to more schools lah. If not physically, we will conduct webinar inshallah for the students, parents and teachers inshallah. Okay, so inshallah we also hope to support the maqasid syariah, yeah, by protecting our faith kan. Inshallah we will not fall for false hadith, yeah, or whatever type of cyber propaganda that might affect our Islamic faith. In terms of protection of life, we would like to educate each other about not just cybersecurity, but also cyber safety, yeah, mental health, and also national security. Okay, and in terms of protection of the intellect, perhaps we can avoid fake news by applying Islamic teachings, yeah, from Surah Al-Hujurat. There are so many lessons that we can learn, not just in terms of avoiding fake news, also about cyber stalking and so many others. Okay, protection of lineage. We like to educate our children, yeah, the future of tomorrow, about cyber ethics, cyber safety, and cyber security. And in terms of protection of wealth, inshallah, you know, we will avoid all the monetary scams and frauds, yeah, due to attacks or financial frauds, inshallah. Okay, and these are just to name a few examples lah. Okay, there are so many situations in cybersecurity, safety, and ethics that we can support the maqasid syariah, inshallah. We also support SDG goal number 4, number 8, and also number 12. Yeah, so inshallah, we would like to give quality education with regards to cyber safety and cyber security education, as well as to reduce proportion of youth not in employment by giving more opportunity and knowledge about cybersecurity profession, and also supporting SDG goal number 12, inshallah. Okay, so okay, maybe some of you have already known this, and maybe I've actually shared this slide in my previous talks. Yeah, so just to highlight that we have about 22.7 million population in Malaysia, which is the current the latest census lah in July this year by Department of Statistics. However, the internet population in Malaysia is actually way more than the total internet population in the world. So if throughout the world we have about 60% internet users, but in Malaysia we have more than 80%. Yeah, so Malaysians are already very active on the internet, not just on the internet, very active gamers as well. We're among the top 3, if not top 5. Yeah, the most numbers of gamers coming from Malaysia. Okay, and so perhaps we can always remember that as long as we are connected to the internet, there are so many things that might happen to us. Yeah, a lot of cyber attacks can be realized, especially through the internet. So perhaps we can go through some of the threats that are very much prevalent today. Yeah, so this one also have been shared with some of the IIM staff in the past. So just to highlight that last year during the first MCO, okay, it started on the 18th of March then, but you can see that there's a surge of reported incidents, yeah, to Cybersecurity Malaysia in April, and the second MCO also it was increasing, yeah, in December. All right. Okay, so hold on. Okay, apologies about that. Ada selingan sikit. All right, so I've shared with IIM staff in the past about the security threats that might happen to individuals. But today I will talk more about the security threats to organizations. However, through the individuals or through the threats that are affecting the organization, but it came from the individual employees. Yeah, so popular security threats in organizations. Hold on. Okay, so the top security threats for organizations, as has been shared by the industry, are these: yeah, organized crime groups, threats coming from competitors. Yeah, this is a very competitive world that we are living in today, kan? So some people are willing to do a lot of things, yeah, to stay ahead, yeah, to stay competitive. So there are some threats coming from the competitors, of course, from the hackers, the terrorists, and foreign intelligence. But for other organizations, yeah, for normal organizations, perhaps we could have threats coming from the insiders. Yeah, we can do, perhaps some of us have, accidental threats might happen, or accidental mistakes that somehow can affect our organizational information security. Inshallah, I will share with you the details later. And other than that, we could have accidental leakage of information, perhaps through social media. Yeah. Then malware attack, which is actually number one threat, yeah, to organization. Is usually the popular malware now is ransomware. Phishing attacks, it's every day, yeah, every day is happening, yeah, spams and whatnot. Sometimes we receive more spams, yeah, than actual emails, kan? DDoS, yeah, intrusion of physical infrastructure, fake news, and reputational issues. So inshallah, we'll share with you some of the popular ones, but not all lah, yeah. Okay. So perhaps some of you have heard about anonymous group, yeah. So if you remember, actually the first attack of anonymous group to Malaysia is in 2011. In June 15, anonymous group, yeah, had called for all hackers around the world, yeah, to come, let's hack Malaysian sites. Yeah, so they call it Operation Malaysia. So due to this, the government agencies, yeah, Cybersecurity Malaysia, Malaysia Communication and Multimedia Commission, and some of my colleagues, yeah, from the industry are working so hard actually to prepare for this Operation Malaysia. Yeah, and Alhamdulillah, most of the government agencies were not so much affected, but it was reported that more than 50 organizations were affected, and that data were lost, and a lot of issues, yeah, unavailability issues and so on. And early this year, actually, Anonymous Group Malaysia attacked again, yeah, on January 25th this year. Okay, however, the impacts have not really been reported, but it was reported that 11 people that are related to this anonymous Malaysia, yeah, attack on the 25th of January, they were detained lah, yeah. And other than that, we could have issues like leakage, yeah, leakage of information, of organizational information, especially those that are sensitive, yeah, confidential, okay, via social media. So in the beginning of Facebook, the most famous leakage was by this MI6 chief lah, yeah. And then we had a leakage by UK Ministry of Defense staff, yeah, over Facebook and Twitter. And then US congressman keep on twittering his secret trip to Iraq. It was supposed to be a secret trip, but he keeps on, twittering, tweeting from time to time, yeah, endangering the people around him. Okay, and then Israeli military was also unfriended, yeah, due to Facebook leak, and also 5 constables in one of the police stations, okay, have been given disciplinary action lah for talking bad things about the chief police of the police station, yeah. So that's why lah, please be careful lah kan, not to share too much things on our Facebook or Instagram, or even taking video on TikTok, yeah. Especially if it might somehow disclose confidential information about your organization, yeah. And then if you remember in 2017, this was the biggest mobile data breach, yeah, whereby 46.2 million mobile number subscribers, their details, yeah, their private information were being disclosed. Okay. I have actually seen the list myself, yeah, but alhamdulillah, I've checked through and my information was not there. And also my family information was not there, but there were a lot of information. Yeah, we're talking about full name, IC number, address, phone number, and so on and so forth. So just imagine if this information fall into the wrong hands, kan? Okay, and if you also remember 2 years ago, yeah, October 2019, there was a commotion about a lot of things that you bought online were delayed, yeah, at least by 2 weeks. Yeah, you bought something online, but it did not arrive to you, yeah, just because Post Malaysia servers, yeah, were somehow infected with malware, which was believed to be ransomware. Okay. All right. So okay, before I proceed, just to share with you, perhaps you can go to chat, yeah, to click your attendance lah, to put your attendance. Inshallah, CTD points will be provided for all the staff who attend today's webinar, yeah. So feel free to click on the I attend links lah, link, okay. And then in 2016, yeah, a student of UTHM, he had to pay about more than 2,000 ringgit. At this time, Bitcoin was still okay lah, not so expensive as compared to today, kan. Today, 1 Bitcoin is perhaps more than 20,000 US dollars, or even more. You can just Google lah. Aku dah tak ingat dah. The last I checked was about 20,000 US dollars for 1 Bitcoin. But at this time, he had to pay 2,000 ringgit because I think his thesis, his files that contain his thesis, and he did not have backups. So he had to, it was encrypted by ransomware attacker. Yeah, the specific name of this ransomware is CTB Locker. There are so many types and so many variations of ransomware, and the one that has been reported was actually CTB Locker, and he had to pay lah, yeah, in order for his files to be decrypted by the attacker. So it could happen to anyone actually, right? So the important thing is to back up your important files, yeah. And then fake news, of course, especially in this COVID-19 pandemic, kan, a lot of fake news are on the rise, kan, macam about halal lah, kan, saying tea life not halal, Starbucks not halal, whatever, and some of them appeared to be fake, yeah. So always be careful lah, yeah, about this fake news. Perhaps what you can do is to check from the credible sources, yeah. And then some of the attacks, in the cyber world have somehow tarnished, yeah, the reputation of organization. if we remember, was it last year that there was a leakage issue in UM, kan? Universiti Malaya, UiTM pun pernah, right? So this somehow tarnish a bit lah, yeah, the reputation of the organization. So I spoke to some of my colleagues or my friends who were involved in the investigation of what happened to Universiti Malaya, yeah, about the leakage of information of their financial data of their students, yeah. They said that UIA, don't be so happy lah, it could happen to you anytime. Because he somehow has checked lah, yeah, and it can be like in today's world, you know, tools are all available, so anyone can actually hack, yeah, your system. So we have to be prepared lah all the time, always harden our systems and servers, yeah, inshallah. So make dua lah, it will not happen to us, yeah, and so that our reputation is still intact. Okay, and of course cameras are on the rise, especially in this pandemic. So please be careful not to give out personal information through phones, yeah, or through email. Okay, always be mindful if someone asks for money. Okay. All right. So I'd like to share with you some of the incidents in IUM. All right. I'm not blaming anybody. Yeah, it's just to share. Yeah, because this could happen to anyone. If you are not aware that this might cause some problem, so things like this might happen. So I think recently a lot of information of our B40 students. Yeah, actually at 62 pages, if I'm not mistaken, but 60 something pages of a list of information of B40 students with all the details, yeah, who in need of financial assistance were exposed to public domain. And this happened due to accident, yeah. The person has got no intention to leak this information, but somehow it happens, yeah. And then one of the Kuliah's website, journal website, was hacked and defaced, yeah. The look and feel of the web pages was somehow changed. One of the systems in IUM was unavailable, yeah, for a certain period of time due to ransomware attack. But the attack does not really attack IUM side, but it was believed to be attacking the provider side, the service provider side. But since our data is there, so it affects our system as well lah. Okay, and I think this is quite common lah, yeah, especially in the past, whereby of course before MCO lah kan. Now we all have a lot of online exams and all, but we're talking about final examination scripts were lost or even misplaced, yeah, and because of that, some students were supposed to pass suddenly get their results as fail. Okay, and these are just to name a few. Okay, so this one was shared by Dr. Sony. I've already asked Dr. Sony for this permission lah, to reuse his slide, but I think it's useful for me to share with you as well. Yeah, Dr. Sony has already shared in the earlier webinar, but as a recap, yeah. So it is happening in IIUM. Sometimes data are being shared excessively. Yeah, sometimes you do not need to get a lot of detailed information, but usually, you know, just ask for everything. Apa sebab senang, yeah. So please be careful. Inshallah, after this, I will share with you examples of private information that we should not share with others. Yeah, and if this information is not necessary, no need to collect lah. Okay. There were issues about third-party processors, vendors. Yeah, some of them got hold of our private information of students and staff. Disclosure of data to third parties, yeah, which is very much related just now. Accidental disclosure, yeah, through email, attendance system, photocopier, yeah, photocopy machine. Also, sometimes with printers, we print something that is quite confidential, but we print on a shared computer, but on a shared printer, but we forgot to take. Yeah, so the next person who go to the printer can see lah or can read the confidential information. Yeah, so always be careful lah kan. Loss of unencrypted data, like thumb drive, contain sensitive information, but they were not encrypted. So people who found it can easily just open it and view a lot of sensitive data. Sometimes the information at the public places, like the notice boards, might be unnecessary because of the nature of the sensitive information, and also, of course, leakage through social media, So how do we address all these threats? So inshallah, ITD is working very hard, to preserve cybersecurity, to protect our ICT infrastructure, protect sensitive information via cyber systems or digital systems, ensure information is accurate and complete, and inshallah whenever you need it, it should be available. So this is all about security information security or cyber security is all about preserving the confidentiality, integrity, and also availability. So just to share with you some of the definitions about information security. So sometimes these terms are being used interchangeably kan? Cyber security, information security, document security, network security, small security but looking at the term itself, if cyber security is the protection of the overall ICT infrastructure, including data information security is more about protecting the information as well as the information processing facilities, whatever facilities that we use to process, to transmit, to store the information should be adequately secured and protected. It actually involve because we need to do this to ensure sustained business success and continuity, and we would like to minimize whatever impacts of the incidents that occur Just to share a bit, like just now I already mentioned, confidentiality, integrity, and availability. When we come to information security, we also need to protect authentication, to preserve the authentication, to ensure that the individual is who they claim to be. For example, if my username is like this and my password is like that, that is belong to me, right? And we should not share this information to others. And also the concept of authorization and non-repudiation. So when it comes to security strategies, there are three main components, people, process, and technology. So when it comes to people, this is what we are doing, giving awareness, giving advocacy, to empower users with the knowledge about the current threat landscape and the current ways to address all these threats. So for example, in security education, people who are assigned with security tasks or need to design security program, they need to undergo formal security education. And those, for example, firewall technician or security technician, they need to be given specified training. And all of us, regardless of whatever levels we are in the organization, we need to be given awareness training, and this awareness training need to be at least, if not once a year, it should be maybe more than once a year, like at least once a year, And in terms of technology, inshallah, whatever we have at the moment is quite sufficient, but inshallah in the future we need to improve, to improve the technological controls. In terms of processes, alhamdulillah, we've got so many policies, but it's just a matter of whether or not the communicated policies are really being understood by everyone. That is always a challenge. We've got beautiful documents, policy documents we have developed. We have spent so much time to develop all these things. However, in terms of implementation and of course enforcement is a bit lacking. So maybe we can work together to make sure that everyone is aware of whatever policies, regulations that we have in place. Okay, with regards to document security, I borrowed this from the Malaysian government punya policies all right. So why do we need to implement organizational information security? So in the government, they call it official secrets, but it's not really secret. They just call it official secrets. Inshallah, the classification I will share with you momentarily. So basically what we want to do is to prevent the classified information to be accessed by unauthorized people, If there were any issues or violation, we can assist the organization and even law enforcement in the investigation, and also to enforce the policy on management of classified documents. Yeah, so in the government agencies, they need to follow Arahan Keselamatan, which is actually part of Official Secrets Act, okay, 1972, Amendment 2006, right? So basically what we want to do is we need to manage, whatever information that is of restricted, confidential, secret, top secret, we have to properly manage those information. And those information need to be stored based on the classification. Okay, where is it stored? Yeah, it has to be in compliance with document security policy, and also we need to assign officers with legitimate access to the information. Yeah, so we need to appoint who can classify this information, who should keep this information, who is responsible to deliver this classified information, and so on and so forth. Yeah. So based on Arahan Keselamatan and also OSA, these are the government's list of classification. So I believe the IUM is following this one as well. Inshallah later Tuan Shahrul can confirm this. So in OSA, Official Secrets Act, the documents that are within the OSA is from terhad and above, or restricted and above. So information that are restricted, confidential, secret, top secret are bound under OSA. However, those that are unclassified, they call it terbuka ataupun it's not classified, so it's not covered under OSA. Yeah, but the rest need to be adequately managed So these are some of the examples If terhad tu, it's not rahsia besar, rahsia or sulit, but it has certain security level that needs to be protected. In terms of sulit, it's not really about jeopardizing national security, but there is an implication to organizational reputation or IUM reputation. Okay, rahsia tu is much higher Usually have got some can damage reputation, can damage Malaysian interests, have got some national security issues there. Top secret lagi severe damage to the national security. Okay, in terms of protecting information, from the creation of the information until the disposal of the information, we must protect that information, especially those that are of classified information. It's restricted and above tadi, right? It has to be labeled carefully. If it is confidential, it has to be confidential. In the government, for restricted, it is put in a yellow docket kan, yellow file. I think the sulit is green. So adalah dia punya files and whatnot has to be labelled clearly. If let's say dia dah turun kuasa from sulit to terbuka, there is a way of handling it. So handling all these different types of information, need to be really pay attention by everyone. Or similarly, how we store it differently, depending on the classification. And of course in terms of delivery, retention, and also disposal. So usually sulit and above too, we have to shred, if not have to destroy them completely, right? So in IUM we've got so many regulations, policies and guidelines. So these are some of them. So if you go to ITD website, you can download all this information, all these policies. Inshallah I will share with you some of the important ones if not all. So this one was shared by ITD through Brother Sazani in our first webinar to IUM staff. So these are some of the ICT policies and guidelines So I think you can just Google, you can just search, even in the email pun, you can just search this information and you can have the links to all these policies. Just to share with you some of the excerpt of ICT security policy, and just to highlight this So we are all users of IT equipment, especially belonging to IUM. So all of us are responsible to ensure the confidentiality, integrity. We have to do backup and recovery. Whatever devices that are within our custody, we have to take care of them. So we are responsible to preserve the confidentiality, make sure that only the right people get the access to that information, and we are accountable, we are responsible, to always take care lah, even our systems, and use your own credential. Please do not use other people's username and password to access to IIUM systems. Okay. All right. And then also, if you encounter any problems or any issues, please inform security team immediately. Okay. So usually what we do is like we just always keep quiet ataupun cakap belakang-belakang, right? Tapi please go to the right source lah, to really report this, kan? If you find out any issues whatsoever. Okay. Sharing with you, maybe most of you are aware of this, kan? I am finding reference code policy, but some of the staff may not be aware of kalau nampak C, you can see C here in the reference of the file ataupun surat, letters and whatnot. C tu means confidential, so we cannot share. What happened was that in the past we had some of our staff receiving this letter without realizing C meant for confidentiality and share the letter on Twitter that is actually open for everyone. It's not really the security setting was not set, so it's for public view, right? So thankfully some of us saw that letter, so we immediately called that person and asked them to delete lah. So this one, that's why we need to have this awareness session, kan? So if you see at the code ke atas tu, code in the letter, kalau ada R ke, R for restricted, kalau G tu should be okay lah. G is general kan, macam terbuka, it's a public information, it's okay. But if it is restricted, confidential and above, you should not share in the public domain, let alone post it on your social media kan. So we have to be careful lah, insyaAllah. And to share a bit about records management policy, so these are the retention period lah, okay. With regards to financial records, budget and accounting have to keep for 7 years, and some of them are permanent, tak boleh destroy langsung, tak boleh dispose. Similarly, employment records also are considered permanent, cannot be disposed. Research information, research data can be disposed after 7 years of completion, and so on and so forth lah. I'm just sharing with you some of the important ones lah. And this one I would like to share with you. When I search in IIUM email, okay, about IIUM record management policy, so I saw this. So the policies are already being communicated to all of us. It's just whether or not we notice whereby these policies have been shared to us. So this has been shared, I think, last year. Okay, so about customers' information. So who are our customers? Our students, and not just students, even staff personal information pun must be properly safeguarded. Okay, so these are some of the information from the email. The same email, it gives this examples. So information like the students and staff passport information, IC number, marriage certificate, divorce certificate, birth certificate, bank account information, of course, then income tax or income statements, payslip, and so on and so forth. These are all considered as, if not confidential, they are restricted, and we should not share it. Share this information to the public domain or to share to the public. All right. Students' results, students' exam transcript, of course, exam questions lagi lah kan, especially before the exam, so you cannot share with anyone. Okay, and all this lah, So this one is somehow in line with Personal Data Protection Act, which is one of the laws in Malaysia. So things like name, address, telephone number, bank account information, credit card information, health records, even your political opinions as well as your religious beliefs pun are considered as personal, private data. That should not be disclosed to anyone, and let alone if you are processing this information, you cannot share with other people. So otherwise, I don't think kena saman pula kan, because we share other people's information, personal information. So inshallah, IUM staff, especially those who are present today, you are here for a reason. You are attending this talk for a reason. Inshallah, I believe that you will not share this, and you are aware that these are all personal data and private data of yourself as well as your colleagues and your students. Yeah. So just to share with you another things that we need to do as security best practices. Yeah, so inshallah, please use licensed OSs. You can get from ITD, I am already purchased educational license for the OS, so please use the original ones lah, because if you use original ones, you can have this personal firewall already embedded in this OSs, yeah. And please use up-to-date and of course license on original antivirus software or anti-malware solutions, yeah. And if you use original OSs, you can get the updates, yeah, from time to time, and make sure that if you receive the updates, please update lah, don't just force shut down, yeah. So it needs to be updated because whatever the issues, the bugs, yeah, in the software can be eliminated or can be patched, yeah, in this case. Okay, so please do not give out personal data of yours and of others, yeah, either through phone or email. Yeah, make sure that the communication line is secure and the recipient is trustworthy. Do not open attachments via email, yeah, especially it comes from someone that you do not know, because it might disseminate malware, yeah, to your computer, and when it already affected your computer, it can affect everything. If it is a worm, worms can travel wherever. Once they are network connection, it will be infected other machines lah. Do not click or download any links, yeah, especially coming from spam emails or coming from people that you do not know. So links, URL link inside the email phone, you cannot click, yeah, let alone download, yeah. You always check the authenticity, yeah. Use strong passwords. Do not share with others. Yeah, strong means it should be more than 8 characters, a combination of upper cases, lower cases, symbols, numbers. Yeah, and always be vigilant about IAM policies. Yeah, because we are all responsible. Yeah, to protect the IAM information, the staff information, the students information, and the documents and organizational information that belong to IUM. Yeah, so together we are all family, we are all brothers and sisters. So let's together protect, yeah, IUM as an organization, protect the reputation of IUM. Okay. Yeah. All right. So this one is my favorite slide actually. Just as a reminder, whenever you receive an information, news or whatever, make sure you check the validity of the information, right? Otherwise, you might expose or you might share things that are not right and you might regret it, okay? So just to share with you that last one, yeah. Please respect yourself and others as much as possible. Always be safe online. If you found any problems, please report. And please get in touch with the physical world. Yeah, we are already so dah terbiasa. Yeah, we are so conformed to doing things online, working from home. Yeah, alhamdulillah now we are starting to go to the office now. So please connect to the real people, and do perhaps physical activities with your friends and families lah. Okay, and perhaps whenever you are doing your job, every hour to try to. This is also a reminder for me as well lah, yeah, to rehat lah, take a break, yeah, inshallah. Okay, so that is all. Take care of not just our cybersecurity, but also take care of our mental health as well. Okay, so I guess that's all from me. So is there any question before we move on to the presentation from Tuan Shahrul? Ada apa-apa soalan ke? If you are shy, you can just type your question in the chat box. Yeah, and maybe later we can answer that question. So, all right. So without further ado, I will stop sharing. Okay, and I will like to invite Tuan Shahrul. So before that, I would like to read Tuan Shahrul's information. Okay, so first of all, thank you so much, Tuan Shahrul, Ariffin, for willing to spend your time and share with all of us today. Yeah, so as ASP PB Tuan Shahrul Ariffin bin Maskuri, yeah, it's from Muar Johor. Okay, kita sekampung lah ya Tuan Shahrul, Muar gitu kan. Yeah. So Tuan Shahrul has started serving IUM in May 2009, yeah, beginning at Kuantan campus, and now and he moved to the Gombak campus as the acting director of Office of Security Management in August 2019. Yeah. So without further ado, Tuan Shahrul, over to you, and thank you so much for willing to talk today to all of us. Mute Tuan Shahrul. Alright, you can see your screen. Tapi tak dengar suara lagi. Ni cuba Tuan Shahrul unmute boleh? Sekejap saya try unmute kan. Okay. Macam ada dengar-dengar sikit. Tak dengar. Tak dengar lah Tuan Shahrul.
Okay, saya cuba pakai
dengar dah.
Webcam kamera ya.
Dah dengar dah sekarang.
Alright.
Okay, alhamdulillah. Alright, over to you Tuan Shahrul.
Alright, thank you very much. Okay. How to share the screen?
Ada itu button kali hijau, share screen.
Okay, kali hijau ada tapi tak keluar dia punya file dia.
Oh ya ke?
Saya.
Alright.
Hold on ya.
Okay, so while waiting for Tuan Shahrul to share his presentation, just to remind again, for those who are here today or for those who have joined us, please click on the I attend link. Yeah, so inshallah, CTV points will be given to all of you. Yeah.
Okay, ada ya.
Okay, dah nampak dah. Alhamdulillah.
Right. So bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Alhamdulillah.
Right. So my name is Shahrul Ariffin. So I'm currently acting director of Office of Security Management. So today we are talking about this physical security. I think it is not complicated as cyber security ni, but there is still an important thing, and I will touch a little bit about this classified document, which is I think Dr. Nuha already explained just now. The only thing is I don't think dekat universiti ni we have this classified officer yang mengkelaskan dokumen tu. So this is the main kita punya week sebenarnya. So we are going to this physical security first. This is the overview there. Alright. So the definition is physical security is the protection of personnel, hardware, programs, network, and data from physical circumstances, and even that could cause serious losses. Okay, dan seterusnya lah, like macam fire, theft, vandalism, natural disaster, all these are related to this physical security, which is not only Office of Security Management take this role and function, but actually together with other stream macam OSB, development, IT, everything, right? So because if natural disaster happen, for example, maybe we are the one who will respond first, but the thing we need the expertise to handle the case, for example. Okay, so why physical security is important? Because a significant is underestimated, right? Then breaches in action require no technical background. I think last time there is a few cases. The office have been breaking, and they take the data out lah. By the time I think last time in iCall, in Ola, there's a few cases, all right? Accidents and natural disasters are inevitable, so preparation is necessary. Yeah? So we can avoid these accidents, this natural disaster from happen, and mana tahu kan one day tiba-tiba plane crash atas UAE, so what we are going to do? So this is something like that. Alright, so okay, so this is our physical security punya goals. This is to deter, delay, detect, assess and respond. This is the basic security physical punya proses lah. So this one I think everybody is know how to deter, delay, and kita akan use all the possible system yang kita ada lah untuk protect the universities, for example. Okay. Our threat is, for example, natural environmental earthquake, flood, landslide, storms, utility, power outages, communication outages. Sekarang ni kalau communication outages ni satu UIA bergegar, bising semua student. Right. So a few time dah. Okay, and then human-made and political events. Now sekarang yang kita paling worried is about this political event because we are not in a stable situation for the political situation. Okay, so banyak isu-isu yang akan berlaku, dia akan menyebabkan macam-macam benda lah. Theft, vandalism, lepas tu ada teroris. Okay, terrorist attack, riot, terrorist attack pun pernah berlaku juga, ada cubaan last time. By the time, I think last 10 or 15 years back lah, kita jumpa urea for this bom untuk buat bom, kita pernah jumpa dalam kampus. So this is benda-benda yang kita deal with this special branch outside. Alright. Okay, this is the controls for protecting the secure facilities macam walls, fencing, gates, guard, ID card, badges, lock key. All this is yang menyumbang kepada kita punya keselamatan di dalam kampus. Right. Kita ada CCTV, kita ada door access kan, then everybody issued with this ID staff card, which is this for identification, which is okay. We know that with this identification is we can identify this is our staff. That's the reason why we always promote staff and students to wear their ID card. Okay, because we want to easy identification to avoid this intruder to come in. Okay, and then locks and keys. There's so many times we found out that office door is not locked during Saturday, Sunday, weekend. They left the laptop, all the things unattended inside the office. So this kind of behavior akan promote petty theft ataupun opportunity theft to take the things out, right? Okay, and then all right. So this is the three main components for our physical security. So we have the access control, surveillance, and the testing. All right, and the success of organization physical security program can often be attributed to how well each of these components is implemented, improved, and maintained. Which is, I think, in Malaysia in general, if there is a non-profit organization, they are not very serious on a security issue, right? Unless kalau they have to protect some sort like very big profit company kan, ataupun they have the blueprint which is to protect, then they put the very high security punya ini. So in UIA, for me, there's still a moderate. Management also not very keen to invest high amount of budget for security issue, right? But we try our best untuk inilah, because we have this CCTV around the campus, but our problem is the maintenance lah. Right? You can install anytime, you can install the budget, but I think the maintenance is half of the budget. So that's why sometimes the project we cannot sustain. We can sustain only to 7 to 8 years, and then after that, because of no maintenance, because of budget issues, then we stop that. Okay. Okay. So this is the access control, which is in UIA. I think the most important area to control is for IT is the server room. right? This is more important because happened last time in ITD, right? Terbakar. Last year, I think, terbakar, and because of, I think, battery expired, the server tu, lepas tu dia tak ada respon kepada bomba punya automatic response, and then kita detect pun melalui fire alarm panel yang telah terlambat dan dah terbakar lah. Tapi still selamat lagi lah. The only thing is who can access to this server room? Is it anybody can access to the server room? But I think they have limit numbers of people, maybe the contractors, the third party punya yang appoint to the project tu kan, the contract, maybe that one lah. Okay. Alright, the building is often the first line of defense for most physical security system. Items such as fence, gate, wall, doors, and act physical deterrence to criminal entry. Additional locks, barbed wire, visible security. Right, this is all this kita punya ni lah, because this barbed wire ni kan, barbed wire ni when we install the barbed wire, public will say that, oh, okay, kata dia, it looks like a prison. Right. Because last time during COVID, we have to use the barbed wire to stop positive student from going out from this mahala. Alright, what we have to do kan? Tapi we got best lah, teruk. Kan? Tapi it's the best action untuk kita avoid COVID daripada berebak dalam campus by the time. Memang so many cases, I think about few hundred cases inside the campus for the COVID last time. So now okay dah, cuma still we have another 12 cases, then still quarantine, staff pun ada few. So hopefully everybody is still perform safe punya ni untuk selamat lah ya. Okay. So we have physical access control system that physical security to restrict allow access to the certain area of the building. Actually, normally for this access door, they have limited to this profile which is assigned to individual. All right. So some individual may be assigned to all profile, or they can go anywhere using this one card. But some individual maybe they can only limited to this few room, for example. So that's why this control access system is very efficient, because if you come in and out, they can control. There is a history who is going in and going out. But the only problem in maybe in UAE and Malaysia as well, right? They're using this access door, one people, and then they just unlatch the door, and everybody can come in and come out easily. There is no point lah. We install this door access system actually. Because some of them, they don't have this access card, then they abuse. Okay, so this is the problem I think in Malaysia pun sebenarnya. Kita masih lagi tak berapa advance dalam bab yang macam ni kan. Okay, but in order to protect a business, then yes, because normally last time I'm working in one of Germany company is very strict on security, very high. The measures on security is very high, so they put this priority on security. So it's a very good system. Last time we're using a Bosch building automation system. This is very good, but in UIA, because of the level security is the moderate, so je lah kan gunakan. So it's not a very high risk punya security issue in IUM, because we are public university actually, so people come in and out. So we cannot do very strict regulation inside the campus unless during COVID last time. Yes, COVID was very strict because everybody not easily come in and out. But now when we open, we just check, okay, you are already completed 2 doses, so you can come in. That's it. Okay. Okay, right. So this is the access point. We have kalau access control ni, we have the access point, personal credential, readers, keypad, control panel, server. This is all memang yang kita install lah. I think dekat KICT banyak yang pakai apa tu, door access, right? Same goes to the other kuliah, tapi not as many as KICT, I think. Okay, but okay, physical access control, even though we have this type of control, but they still need a logical access. Logical access ni because of the personnel have to vet again. Okay, make sure that okay, you are not restricted to reconfirm. Okay, this is we call this logical access control. Okay, right. So we go to this surveillance. Most important components to prevention, post-incident recovery. This is the most important. Refer to technology, personnel, and resources, because we are doing this physical surveillance. Okay, for example, patrolling, heat sensors. Now we have this fever camera to check your temperature, right? Notification, etc. Common sense, and then the common sense type surveillance is normally CCTV lah, because it's invented on 1742, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, so we have this smart intelligence surveillance, advanced rapidly. Kita ada artificial intelligence, machine learning, machine deep learning, and 4K video. All these very advanced, but dia makan server yang dia makan apa tu? Dia gunakan storage yang besar lah. But now we have this cloud storage, so I think this is not an issue sangat. Kalau dulu memang kita pakai, saya ingat lagi masa kita buat CCTV project di Kuantan campus, we have using a 20 terabyte storage untuk storekan itu, which can lasting for 6 months before they rewrite. Right, so this is very, but now we have this cloud technology. I think it's very good. Okay, so this is the layers, environment design. Because of the first thing, you design the building, you should consider the physical security juga. Alright, how to kita ada pagar, for example, kan. But in UIA, I think all the fencing, perimeter fencing semua dah habis dah. Semua dah rosak dah, so kita tak boleh nak ini sangat. When we ask for the budget, university still said this is not the priority, so we let it macam tu je lah. So we are doing this manual patrolling to make sure there is no intruder to come in and out. Okay, and then we have this mechanical electronic access control. Okay, so this is to prevent intruders or threats to direct access. If there is a force open, then now the technology force open, they will detect to your system or your handphone. Okay. Alright. So this is a prevention. Kita monitor and then kita detect detection, because now CCTV we have this we call this smart surveillance CCTV, which we can macam mana cakap smart surveillance ni, we set the parameter. If for example, if there is no people should around this, should go here for at 10 o'clock or 11 o'clock, so the system will detect and alarm will trigger. Okay, so we know that there is a intrusion in that area, for example, so we can go and check. Okay, so this is the monitoring system. Okay, the most common mechanism CCTV, attack, preventive. Banyak yang kita di masa di Kuantan campus memang banyak kita selesaikan masalah. We can solve the problem through the CCTV, especially close proximity. Right, sangat banyak in Kuantan campus, because in Kuantan campus they have a very canggih sikit lah dia punya CCTV dia, but in Gombak campus ni I'm not so sure lah. I think I have to look back, because something macam tak berapa berkenal lah tengok. Okay. Yeah, our system in Gombak campus, but in Kuantan campus very very systematic system. Then they have this interconnecting CCTV. Maknanya kalau dia dah set kan, if you go there, then they can estimate where this culprit go after that. So memang banyak lah kita boleh solve few cases lah. Okay, accident, close proximity. Alright. Okay, alright. This is the history lah. Okay, invented by by 1942 by Germany engineer, and then but it's only for monitoring the missile, if I'm not mistaken, and then after that, some contractor from US buy this and they start using in 1969 in Police District Road in New York. And then after that, they will start start berevolusi lah. Okay. Okay, this one. Okay, they start with the rocket to take launch. By this time, there is no record, no apa lah kan. Just ni je lah. Just early 80, they start using this multiplexer. So they can record footage using this multiplexer. By this time, they're still using apa tu VCR, apa tu nama tape tu ya? Yang banyak every time lepas saja satu malam habis, you have to change the VCR. Okay. And then we start using a digital on early 2000s. Okay. But by this time, this is analog camera. Okay. But Axis actually they start introduce digital on 1996. A company name Axis, tahu kan Axis? Tapi tak tahu company lain yang masuk dulu. Okay, so kalau tengok macam ni, this mid-20 and late 2000s ni kita dah start dah memang no limit punya development on CCTV and others digital technology lah kan. So by this time kita ada megapixel IP cameras, is very smart and very cheap. Kalau nak dapat kat China pun kita boleh dapat RM30, RM30 for one IP camera. But dia punya long lasting ni tak tahulah berapa lama kan dia punya ni dia kan. Okay, so we have this switch everything, so we combine and after that they start berevolusi, and dari situlah kita tengok sekarang ni macam-macam. Nowadays using drone pun ada sekarang ni. So tak tahulah, saya pun dah ketinggalan zaman dah, sebabnya kita pun dah tua kan. Kita pun dah ini sangat, so bila makin meningkat umur ni kita dah tak follow sangat teknologi. So tapi still there is, tak tahulah, very impressive lah sekarang punya teknologi. So but okay, even though there is a very sophisticated technology, but we still need this physical punya approach to make sure there is no sabotage, there is no espionage issue apa semua sekali ya. Okay, so we have the security policy inside UIA. Kita ada polisi kita macam mana. We have actually registered under ISO juga. Alright, and then we have setting, kita ada design kita macam mana kita ni, and we overall in UIA we have 190 awesome staff, semua UIA, and they're working around the clock lah to ensure the safety and security of the campus. Okay, so we are using zoning. Kita punya unit-unit kita sendiri. Kita ada ini not very inilah, and then operation zone. Okay, macam security zone. Okay, we concentrate on which area we need a hotspot area, which need the focus more. Alright. In UAE sometimes okay this area okay sini budak mau mabuk, kita tahu ada port budak mabuk minum arak kan. And then di satu port lagi, okay, this is area yang ni high usage of drugs. Okay, so don't surprise if I'm telling that we are very serious on drug issues in campus. So drug issue and masa PKP pun slow lah sikit, but now tak tahulah. Even kita pernah tangkap ada students yang tanam pokok ganja, ada 4 pokok ganja dalam bilik dia. So tapi yalah kan, dia kata dia just try tanam-tanam, tengok-tengok dia hidup kan, dia bela. So itu salah tak salah lah. So we have to send them to the police lah, tapi tak tahu apa jadi dia sekarang ni. Okay, so macam high security zone, kita tidak ada di dalam UAE ni, tak adalah high security zone sangat pun. Cumanya kita kena tengok balik tempat-tempat yang boleh macam water reservoir kan, water reservoir ataupun server, ada few things lah. Okay. Okay. So this is awareness kita reduce manual security procedures because manual ni kadang-kadang kita tertinggal banyak benda. So kita try to automate. Lepas tu we promote that university can invest in effective access control punya sistem sebenarnya. Kan? But nowadays tengok macam-macam sistem kita pakai dalam universiti ni. There is no single system yang control satu universiti. This kuliah, this building using this system, this using this system, and then kita sampai dekat kita because sometimes we need to integrate to our control room, right? Many kuliah they are able to integrate with our system so that we can control remotely from our office lah. But some of the kuliah they still using, tak tahulah dia pakai apa kan. Kadang-kadang dia pakai made in China, kadang-kadang made in German, banyak jenis lah. Alright, and then we have to analyze, monitor, regulate employee training. So this one is not awesome only, but I think all kuliah they have to train or they have to giving an awareness to the staff about how important is the security. Don't left your notebook or laptop unattended because maybe there is a few important document inside your laptop, right? Okay, because last time there's many cases laptop hilang, students, PhD students, master because of hilang, and then all the assignment, all this ni inside their laptop kan. Lepas tu tak tahulah dia save dalam cloud ke tidak. Kalau tak ada save dalam cloud lagi menangis. Okay, so yearly physical security assessment, which is ini memang kami buat lah, yearly physical security assessment, tapi tak tahulah macam mana kan. Okay, kadang-kadang is frustrated bila kita propose, kita buat something, kita nak for the sake of the university pun sometimes adalah yang sebenarnya is not the priority for the budget kan. Okay, establish and implement strong policies, look for inside threats. Sometimes we have the inside threat. Alright, many cases inside threat, especially in finance. Okay, fire emergencies, set up video camera surveillance and protect a portable device. Portable device ni macam last time in my previous company we have what we call this clean desk policy. Maksudnya we have to audit all this measure, make sure there is no laptop. If there is a laptop, they must using the chain lock to lock the laptop to the table so that people cannot simply take away. Okay, so this is something yang inilah. Okay, so this is the campus threat. We have the intruders, many time intruders actually they are okay from Batu Lapan to Sungai Pusu actually full of drug addict. For your information. From Batu Lapan from Batu Enam to Sungai Pusu there is so many people with this drug addict cases. That's why when the contractor come in for this grass cutter landscape job, right? So when we vetting, I think 4 or 5 out of 10 there must be a criminal history inside the police from the police. So that's why you are very worried on this trend lah. Okay, we just can advise. Okay, bang, dia ni ada kes polis 3 kes, 4 kes dadah, 4 kes pecah rumah, so kita advise dia untuk bekerja di dalam lah. But dia bukan tahu kan, dia just ambil orang tu bekerja, takkan dia nak tanya nak pergi vetting ke, kau ada kes ke apa ke kan. So this is the issue. And then a fire or smoke, personal injury, suspicion. Personal injury ni selalunya is student fight each others. Ada few case masa PKP tu, kita tahu lah stress ke apa ke, different country, then they fight and then luka, buat report polis apa semua sekali, then polis datang tangkap ni apa semua sekali, lepas tu tarik kes pula. So selalu macam tu. Okay, suspicious mail or packages, this one kita still don't receive any so far. Okay, and then natural disaster, kita selalu dekat dalam campus is banjir lah, flash flood. And then dekat bangunan Al-Ghazali Walk tu pun bila banjir je semua tu lalu. Okay, and then chemical hazard, gas spillage, gas leaking, semua ni kita so far kita tak ada isu lagi. Mental health incidents, that one is very high numbers inside the campus now. Okay, so every day, last week ada seorang tiba-tiba menyanyi dekat masjid, perempuan. dia nyanyi dekat masjid, dia nak tak tahu lah dia nak azan ke apa ke, dia cuba nak ambil speech student. And then kita check, oh dia ada mental health. Kita tak pergi hospital, dia lari daripada hospital. Taklah kita suruh dia send to the clinic and then ask them to for study leave lah. Barulah 2 hari lepas. So the statistic of this mental health issue is very worrying lah actually. Right. Very worrying. Memang masa PKP last time pun memang at least 20 cases we handle this mental health, because any mental health dia akan call awesome dulu, so we go first to the place, tenangkan dia dulu before klinik datang apa semua kali datang ke hospital. Right. It's very very worrying because of maybe kan some of kita masuk di digital era ni, maybe the different lain dengan masa kita zaman analog dulu. Right. So dia akan ada sedikit perubahan saya rasa. Saya nampak kat situ lah. Right. And then bomb threat pun so far kita tak ada lagi, radiation, biohazard spillage pun tak ada lagi, illegal occupancy, civil disorder ni is biasa. Ramai yang squatting dalam kampus. Right. Itu je lah. Okay. And doing your part, this is kita nak advise, nak promote sikit lah. Aware your personal safety risk please, because of last year we have 4 cases of scammers, dia jadi mangsa. One cases tu dah lebih kurang 20,000 lebih, $20,000, $20,000 because of tak tahu macam mana dia boleh bayar dekat orang tu. And then the sad part is they're using that money untuk berkahwin sebenarnya, tapi lepas tu habis semua duit dia. And we have many issue. Ada 4 kes untuk tahun lepas saja yang memang we feel that as a university student you should not involve with this activity, sebabnya memang dia akan ni. There's no way you nak boleh kaya secepat yang mungkin. Bayar katalah I bagi you 2,000, I give you back 8,000 kan, ataupun kadang-kadang dia ugut. So kalau you kena ugut pun just report to us first kan, so that kita boleh verify dulu apa semua sekali. Janganlah simply bayar ke orang, ramai sangat yang terkena. Okay. And then alert for suspicious or criminal activities, we have the awesome hotline 0364215555. If any emergency we have 24 hours operation room. 0364215555. Just call that number, then insyaAllah they will respond immediately. And then engagement with the security department, law enforcement, etc. Okay. Unreported crimes cannot be solved, and by not reporting crimes, you allow perpetrators to commit perhaps more serious crime. Alright. But last time in KICT, there is an abusing case last time, right? In yang apa tu masuk dalam IUM online tu kan. Alright. Kalau yang betulnya, you just call us immediately. By that time that culprit still inside the campus, so insyaAllah we can detain that guys. And then you berlaku siang, and then you hantar dalam IUM online waktu malam. Why you not report to us? There's the issue lah. Kita masih tertanya, why you not report to us? Right. And then hope this jadi pengajaran lah. And then by that time also CCTV also not so very good in KICT. Okay. And then many times crime solving depends upon how accurately and promptly the incidents were reported. Right. So please report to us immediately. InsyaAllah we have several teams. We have this bilik gerakan 24 hours which respond to you, and we have this unit rondaan bermotosikal which can reach to the incident place or to reach to the area within a few minutes. So insyaAllah we can deter lah. Tapi kalau kata you tak nak report, that is the problem. Because sometimes they know but they want to panjang-panjangkan issue, right? And then tak apalah hati dia, but menyebabkan this culprit semakin bermerajalela. So far after PKP still control our crime statistic inside the campus, but we wait another 2 or 3 weeks. Okay, cuma sekarang ni banyak je tangkap kes haluat je lah, lama tak jumpa kan. kita ada dalam 2 hari, 3 hari tu kita dah ada 4 kes. Macam-macam budak ni. Okay, so this is our safety and kita punya campaign selalu pada students lah. Alright, kalau kata ada apa-apa berlaku, just report to us. Okay, vehicle. Dulu tiap-tiap tahun, tiap-tiap bulan at least ada 1 atau 2 motorcycle kena curi setiap bulan. So now kita minta kalau boleh at least pakailah third lock. Okay, third lock pakai, lepas tu baru ni lah. Selalunya yang kena curi tu semua motor yang tak ada kunci yang ketiga, third lock motorcycle. Okay, and then if you see something, say something. If you see something suspicious, just call us. We respond, insyaAllah. No problem. If you call our bilik gerakan and they will not respond, just maklumkan pada saya. Just inform to me and then kita akan action lah. Normally they akan respond because we are 24 hours. Alright, so finish on that. So this is a classified document. Actually, all this covered by Dr. Nuha just now. The only thing is we have this matter that government body deems to be sensitive information. We have this very top secret. We have this secret. We have this macam-macam lah kan. So kita pergi sikit lah. So we have this confidential. Normally untuk awesome kita akan pakai confidential. Confidential ni maknanya dia tahulah bila kita chop je confidential tu, so okay, this is confidential, so dia letakkan ni lah. So registered, official, unclassified, macam ni. So sama je macam Dr. Nuha explain tadi, cumanya kita nak tengok circular government, tengok ada tak. So circular government ni is di bawah Akta Rahsia Rasmi 1972. So this is memang arahan dia, which is all government punya agencies must have pegawai pengkelas, they have apa tu macam-macam lah dokumen untuk memastikan bahawa dokumen tu berada di tempat yang sepatutnya. Alright. But nowadays mana ada kita pegawai pengkelas ke, kita tak assign siapa-siapa pun. Tak pasti macam mana kita punya prosedur, adakah kita ni di bawah government ataupun di bukan government, saya I'm not so sure. Okey, untuk menguruskan rekod ini adalah dia punya ni, boleh cari dekat dalam apa tu, dalam di bawah CGSO, Chief Government Security Officer punya ni, Majlis Keselamatan Negara. So memang ada arahan-arahan keselamatan yang melibatkan inilah. Cumanya how severe dalam universiti kita tak pasti, tapi sepatutnya kena ada. Tapi saya tak pastilah kan. Sebabnya is not, ya ini cuma rasanya finance ada kot, takkan tak ada. Kan dia punya retention period dia berapa lama apa semua sekali itu pun dah ini, right. Okey. Pengelasan semula, lepas tu macam mana kita nak lupuskan dokumen, sama ada nak kelaskan semula macam mana. So this is something yang kita kena tahu sebenarnya, tapi saya tak pasti UIA ni terpakai ataupun tidak untuk government punya circular ni. Tapi it's good lah kalau kita ada benda-benda macam ni supaya kita tahu this is confidential. So tak sebenarnya kita ni kan, kalau tengok masa COVID dulu macam-macam isu berlaku kan. Kita terdapat 72 kes ataupun berapa itu beratus-ratus kes di dalam kampus. Tiba benda tu tersebar je dekat luar kan. Bila masalah diorang ni ada dapat maklumat yang macam tak berapa nak betul tu. So OKAP penat lah masa tu bersilat. OKAP have to chop, this is fake so many times. So this is the power of internet lah actually, Dr. Nuha. This is the power of internet, which is we can't control terlalu strict, memang tak boleh dah. So information memang nak pergi pun sangat cepat, walaupun you encrypt ke apa ke, sometimes selama je dia orang break kan. Right. So benda-benda yang macam ni, I think Dr. Nuha is no better berkenaan dengan maklumat-maklumat yang tersebar ni sangat cepat ni, zaman social media ni kan. So tiba-tiba aja berlaku, kita pun tak tahu, tiba-tiba bila masa pula lah orang luar tahu yang kita ada kes COVID. Masa tu the first case COVID last time by that time my picture also there. We are received from China, students from China, and then we are doing the screening, and then I don't know who is taking the picture, and then sampai ke Pahang hantar WhatsApp. And then they write that is okay, kata dia UIA dah ada COVID, kata dia macam-macam lah dia punya cerita tu kan. So masa tu tak ada kes lagi. Dah COVID dah kecoh satu UIA. So benda-benda yang macam ni that's why sekarang ni MC is very strict. They can charge under akta komunikasi yang multimedia. I think it's very good lah untuk mengelakkan benda-benda perkara-perkara yang tak sepatutnya berlaku lah. Alright. So with that, I think that's it, Dr. Nuha. If anything, question can be asked, and then if I can answer, insyaAllah kita akan share lah. Kalau tak ada, kita sudah pada Dr. Nuha untuk jawab. Alright, thank you very much.
Terima kasih banyak-banyak Tuan Shahrul.
Okay.
Ada apa ni, I think one of our participants ada bagi cadangan lah. Ya. So
Okay.
saya bacakan di Zoom chat ni.
Okay.
Jadi cadangan saya, dua access system kena centralize, guna one sistem yang sama untuk seluruh building di UIA. Sama ada guna thumbprint ataupun access card, sebab kadang-kadang terlupa nak kunci.
Ya, betul. I agree with that sebenarnya, sebabnya kita boleh control those pintu yang biasanya, kalau yang mana control dengan kita, those pintu yang kita akan set dia punya perimeter dia. Maknanya those pintu yang tak tutup waktu malam tu kita akan tahu. Alright, so kita akan accept ni lah. Tapi the only thing is investment lah. We want to invest the same system in the whole university. Alright. And then yang satu laginya berkenaan dengan apa tadi sorry lupa. Okay, tak apa. Teruskan ni.
Yang apa tu? Itu je And then apa ni, Brother Raja Zahaman pun cakap UIA boleh build up that system internally, boleh joint venture dengan other KCDIO, boleh guna fund daripada research. Kalau ada orang buat research in this area lah kan.
Betul. Sebenarnya I ada idea dulu last time kita macam nak discuss lah kan dengan ITB ke dengan siapa ke, at least kita ataupun dengan students IT ke ICT ke, at least kita nak buat something yang apps which is yang kita boleh trace live location, and then ada apps tu ada panic button, maknanya kalau ada something happen they just click panic button and then benda tu direct ke control room kita so that kita boleh monitor, kita boleh respond immediately. So kalau boleh lah kan, I think boleh lah, kita tak sure lah sebab I bukan IT savvy kan.
InsyaAllah. Okay, ada sesiapa yang ada, anyone have any question ke? Would like to ask Tuan Shahrul?
Ya, kita ada joint venture dengan kuliah engineering QUT. QUT ada build satu CCTV yang masih dalam proses dia ada proses percubaan lah, kita pun tak sure lagi dia punya ni dia. Tapi it's very good lah, tapi dia pasang dekat kuliah engineering lah sebab dia yang keluarkan ini kan, so kita try dulu, kita pun tak sure lagi tengok macam mana sebab dia punya ni lah. Okay, so yang lain tu macam KICT pun saya rasa last building tu CCTV dia pun last on 2011 kan, last building kat situ kan. So sampai sekarang pun memang tak pernah ada maintenance pun, tapi boleh bertahan, boleh hidup lagi lah, ada view, okey lah kot.
Okey, janji ada ya Tuan Shahrul. Okey Tuan Shahrul, tadi Tuan Shahrul ada mention, ni ada soalan sikit ya, daripada Brother Shah. Tuan Shahrul nak tanya yang teknologi RFID tu memang dah kira tak guna lagi ke macam mana?
Okay, radio frequency identification data ni sebenarnya untuk masukkan dekat access dulu memang kita pakai RFID, tapi lepas tu once the change of this menteri by that time is YB Mazli, so dia kata university is for public to access, kata dia okay, kata dia university is for public, which is I agree sebenarnya. Kita tak boleh nak stop terlalu, kita tak boleh nak strict sangat dengan orang yang nak keluar masuk because of macam tak apa cantik lah kan, because this is university, so everybody can come in come out. The only thing is on our part, kita terpaksa control yang mana berniat jahat kan, yang ada niat tak betul, yang ada niat tak ni, itu yang jadi isu dekat kita lah sebenarnya. Banyak isu pelajar kita dicabul ataupun di molest ataupun macam-macam lah dekat lanterung apa semua sekali, which is yang menimbulkan kerisauan on security side lah. Tapi dari satu segi I agree that a university should be allow public to come in. Cuma how we control inside the ni tu jadi isu sikit lah sebenarnya. That's why RFID sekarang ni kita terus buka dan rasanya memang kita tak akan pakai lagi lah. 5,000 investment gone.
Itulah sayang juga kan. Tapi saya perasan juga setiap kali kalau kita lalu tu, dia punya lampu tu menyala juga.
Ya, menyala tapi kita dah tak activate dah.
I see. Okey, tadi ada Tuan Shahrul cerita pasal sama, tak sure sama ada UIA ni guna ke tak yang apa government punya document control kan. Just to share lah with everyone. Semalam saya ada contact dengan OSIC kan, sebab bila saya tengok balik dia punya organizational structure je when it comes to protecting information, data and whatnot, dia sebenarnya bawah OSIC. So bila saya confirm dengan OSIC semalam, memang betul lah. So according to them, memang currently they are last time memang dah ada polisi tu, information classification, information labeling and handling. Cuma sekarang ni dalam proses di penambahbaikan lah. So banyak benda lah juga, because benda polisi tu dah lama. Jadi sekarang ni it's under process of improvement, dan insyaAllah once dah siap nanti akan di-approvekan, akan ditabelkan di BOG kan, pada board. So once board dah approve nanti, barulah akan di-communicatekan lah pada semua orang.
That's good.
So insyaAllah lah. So bila saya tengok content tu, yang saya tengok yang lama lah, lebih kurang sama dengan macam arahan keselamatan sebab in fact dia punya information classification pun lebih sama lah, memang sama.
Betul.
Dan rasa that recipe handling pun sama, tapi of course di-applykan dalam education punya konteks lah.
Yes.
So insyaAllah lah, in terms of policies ni memang insyaAllah kita akan ada lah semua ni kan.
Betul.
Cuma biasalah nak ada polisi is one thing kan, nak implement polisi another thing.
Betul.
Kan, lepas tu dah implement tu, nak enforce pun satu hal juga.
Yes,
kan?
that's the problem lah. Dan for your information UIA ataupun bangunan kerajaan ni memang ada satu akta dia, macam kita tertakluk kepada Akta Keselamatan Bangunan Kerajaan 1976, which is memang banyak yang perkara yang sebenarnya yang dekat UIA ni saya tengok kita tak follow pun. Tapi tak tahulah macam mana kan. So that's why kita tengok kalau kata OSIC ada dia punya guideline dia akan datang ni. So alhamdulillah lah, kita boleh lah untuk implementkan benda tu, insyaAllah.
InsyaAllah.
Alright.
InsyaAllah lah. Ada apa-apa soalan lagi ke? Mungkin Sister Najwa, kalau boleh tengok dekat YouTube, kalau ada apa-apa soalan kat situ, ada tak? Okay. So alhamdulillah, kita so far tadi kita ada dalam lebih kurang 30 participants di Facebook. At the moment ada dalam 10 orang lah watching YouTube ni. So insyaAllah lah, semoga perkongsian daripada Tuan Shahrul mendapat manfaat pada semua kan. Kita bukanlah nak pinpoint kan Tuan Shahrul kan, kita nak memperkepekung ke apa ke kan, tapi saya rasa kita sama-sama kena tahulah. Macam saya pun interested juga tu, tahu macam-macam kes berlaku kat UIA ni kan.
Kesian kadang-kadang kita kesian kan. Kadang-kadang kita kesian tengok student-student kita kena tipu, lepas tu dengan orang luar yang tak tahulah. Ada satu kes tu saya lagi kesian tahu, kita tangkap dia berkhaluat dengan petagih dadah tegar. So benda-benda yang macam ni saya rasa memang kena build up balik apa yang sebenarnya dalam unit ni kita kena buat untuk dia sekarang ni semakin terbuka kan, dia orang semua pun dah yalah tak sama macam yang dulu-dulu kan. So sekarang ni memang zaman semakin terbuka, so everything is yalah, nak kata kita menuju ke liberal tu tak adalah kan, tapi nampak dia punya ada perubahan sikit. Ya. Itulah
saya tengok pun macam sebelum ni ada pelawat nak masuk, memang kalau yang wanita tu kena pakai tudung kan, kita bagi dia tudung kan, tapi sekarang macam dah lain sikit lah. Dah kan, even kalau for Muslims pun yang tak bertudung tu kekal tak bertudung lah bila ada meeting yang kita cover kan. So itulah, tak tahulah kat arah kebaikan tu tak yang alam.
Okay.
So insyaAllah lah kalau ada apa-apa mungkin boleh email ke Tuan Shahrul.
Boleh email pun siapa, kalau kata ada apa emergency just WhatsApp je nombor saya 01297582. Just WhatsApp je, saya boleh reply insyaAllah. Kalau yang bukan berkaitan dengan personal lah, kan yang berkaitan dengan kerja lah.
Okay, insyaAllah. Alright, so insyaAllah lah kita sama-sama menjaga kesejahteraan di dalam IA, keselamatan kan. It's for everyone lah sebenarnya kan. Itulah kalau tak ada apa-apa. So terima kasih banyak-banyak Tuan Shahrul.
Okay Dr. Nuha, thank you very much kerana sudi menjemput saya yang tak seberapa ni kan.
Banyak, bukan tak seberapa, banyak. Alhamdulillah banyak kita belajar hari ni. Alhamdulillah saya pun banyak belajar daripada Tuan Shahrul hari ini. So insya-Allah kita sama-sama lah ya menjaga keselamatan, bukan setakat keselamatan fizikal, bukan setakat keselamatan mesti sendiri tapi diri kita ya, information kita, data kita and of course of others insya-Allah. Okay. So insya-Allah kita akhiri kita punya webinar dengan Al-Fatihah and Tasbih Kafarah.
Barakallah.
Okey, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Terima kasih semua.